Sa unang dayo sa bansang Mexico, hindi maganda ang naging karanasan ng nooy WBC Super Flyweight Champion ng Thailand na si Sor Rungvisai. Tila pinagplanuhan, panay takbo lang ang kalaban na si Carlos Cuadras. Nang iinis, bibihira sumuntok, pero mas nasurpresa ang Team Rungvisai nang si Cuadras pa ang nanalo at nawala sa kamay ng Thai boxer ang world title. Dito na gustong magwala ng asawa ni Rungvisai. Nakahanda na ang botelya ng tubig. Buti na lang naawat ng kasama. 4 na taon ang lumipas, muling dumayo si Rungvisai sa bansang Mexico para idepensa ang kanyang titulo na nakuha ng talunin ang sikat na si Roman Gonzalez. Sa pagkakataong ito, tsak, isa lang ang nasa isip ni Rungvisai, isang walang dudang panalo kontra sa mahusay din na si Juan Francisco Estrada.
So Rungvisai,
after losing a very close career, so Rungvisai losses. Estrada's been waiting to prove that he's not.
When you look at the 4 losses on streets, came in his first 2 professional fights. Hard left hand, the price
To the fight, that Chocolatito may have been a shot fighter.
115 pounds was simply too big for John, and 112.
good straight right from Estrada.
You can feel that it's an Estrada crowd.
Chocolatito made a statement. He's a
Good.
No nonsense, like you said, and he's going to make
agreeing, takes the job very seriously.
as he should. Visai his credit. He's a veteran. He knows. I have to acknowledge when prepared physically, but also so right now he looks like he knows. So Visai is the more guy. He knows about the big has to do to negate the power.
Estrada has been outboxing Soren Visai start really cooking. If and when he starts cooking, how does Estrada react to those power?
Has just let us know that's 1 and 2, and this is interesting, Andre. Between rounds 1 and 2, Estrada said to the people in his corner,
This championship fight, you don't show you actually really feel.
And when he's scared in boxing, that
and another great right hand by Estrada, and the third.
Precision, Jim. Precision.
If you have any
A very, very crafty fighter. It's our next week.
Francisco Estrada and the black with gold.
now we're seeing Soren Visai start to really unload.
Here are some interesting CompuBox statistics regarding Soren Visai.
In terms of body shots off tonight, Estrada's taking his big. Putting himself open for the big shots of Soren Visai, even though he got hit with a few punches in range. He'll turn a left hook over.
Max, at this moment in this round, I'm not certain that I'm going to want to be Estrada.
I agree.
But the concern will always be there because it's mentioned.
Official ringside scorer, as always. How do you have the first 3?
Sor Rungvisai didn't get him as often. But Sor Rungvisai had a good round.
Agree with Harold, except I flipped the first.
Hey, this is the same as in the last fight. We've got a very close fight. Intelligent judges with great backgrounds could easily score the rounds differently, and there'll be a strong argument either way. So we mentioned that Estrada is doing things to make sure he's landing 3.5 body punches per round compared to 7 fights coming in. So that's a big change, going to have to adjust.
Soren Visai's fighting like he knows he has power to change the fight in a moment. And he's been doing that all fight, I think. But Soren Visai...
10 seconds to go in round number 4.
Big right hand.
Visai comes on, lands a hard left hand, lands another hard left hand, and takes 1 shot from Estrada. But surely. A little quieter now.
With reckless abandon. And that's... Well, there he did.
That looked like a clean
Knockdown. Crowd doesn't like it. They would love for Estrada to get a knockdown point at some point.
This is devastating. It's like a home run hitter facing a fastball pitcher. The harder it...
And you can tell that's, you can see Soren Visai think like he's a straightforward all-power guy, but he is thinking.
He might get a free shot upstairs.
takes that little half step back to counter, because if he extends himself...
Pay big money to have those guys.
Affected Estrada.
Actually, he's landing that because he's basic at the chest, center mass.
Even if you're taking a puncher's, another slip, taking a puncher's punches well, The problem is they're still draining you, whether they're to the head or to the body. They're going to feel them in the latter part of the fight. Good
Hard
straight
left
right.
hands by both fighters.
Absolutely.
Boy, there have been some real the power harder to get the same effect. He can counter,
And you begin to get the impression their tactical answer. Another good right hand by.
very calmly thrown to the bottom. Estrada without looking for the
If Estrada wants to have success against a puncher, you actually go to it and you get mid-range and in close.
Ever since the move to the day before the fight, more than 30 years, they weighed in under 100 quality in the ring. Soron Bisai is a skilled boxing featherweight.
You mentioned Andre. He is very encouraging.
Use his right jab a lot. Estrada, with the start in the sport, everybody wants to be the two-fisted.
He just outboxed Estrada for about a 30-second stretch in the middle of the ring.
A little something different. Very difficult if you allow
Into leading at times and actually being the counterpuncher. Soron Bisai. Here's Jim. Lawler learns the finer points of and Soron Bisai in the technique of a guy with this much power becomes a very
Head left high. That's a picks up the jab. And I don't want to say pick up because I don't think he's used it at all tonight. Those big shots, namely the left hand.
Andre, he hasn't committed any great sins that I can see, and yet he seems to.
I'm sure he's been buzzed several times.
paid attention when he had 3 losses at Iowa on progress. Controversial decision over Chocolatito. And then annihilate Estrada, his best punch in a while.
Estrada boxing more sharply this round. Andre, to your point, seems to be getting a little closer with the range.
And beating Soron B-side of the punch. Trainer, you heard the big speech from the trainer between rounds. Estrada has paid attention. He wanted Estrada to taste the camp.
Yeah, if you slip, it takes so much energy just to get your Yeah. The nuances of the fight.
He said, hey,
Go down.
Let me put you on pause.
Nevertheless, it's a very good round just in time.
still is.
Getting closer.
Still is. First round, he's
An ending shot at this range,
At
but
any
it's a
moment.
risk he's going to have to take.
That's the
any
reason
moment.
that I have.
Stakes go up as Estrada decides tried to win the fight.
Oh, big shot from Soron B-side.
Puncher also has the advantage in terms of scoring. The judges don't give him the same kind of credit as when the punch once or twice, even if he's been out punched.
And you look at him and you hit him.
That's what Estrada's finding out this round.
Good, nice, short body shot from Estrada right there. Counter right and left hook.
You saw him taking risks.
Want a guy like Estrada. Done very good work in the middle of the ring.
Inside may be tiring.
Sometimes that's when he's at his most.
Estrada has to be alert. Tired Soron B-side look. That's just fighting a guy who has bricks in his glove like Soron B-side. Estrada has to.
You mentioned Marco Antonio Morales fights. One guy landed, the other land back immediately. These two guys
Beside boxes like Barrera, but as his career has progressed, he's
Agreements that you have to make with yourself from, is it worth it? What if you look hold? You gotta find and summon the strength and the wherewithal to get your need to put yourself in a position to win.
well. Estrada apparently,
Okay, I like that from Estrada.
which often happens with a very skillful boxer. By the middle of the fight, he starts to.
Juan Francisco Estrada wanted to trade with him in the middle of the round. So anyway, it's getting a little bit. Swisher gets so run beside.
I have it 5 rounds to 4, so I did exactly what you prescribed. Besides range to him, more aggressively applied.
straight left hands to the body. Now goes back up. They're back into this situation where Estrada is in that line. Swisher gets Soron B-side in the middle range rather than the standard.
If you don't take risks.
Rounds nerve to rally here in the last 30 seconds.
Soron B-side is taking advantage.
Size face is starting to show. He gets it. His head is rattling a little bit more. Oh, big right hand.
Once again, within Soron B-side's punching range, out for Swisher gets Soron B-side in the 10th round, giving him say, hey, did you see that giant left hand?
I mean, I thought Soron B-side probably.
Yeah, it was a big shot too. And Estrada has no choice at this point other than to try.
Second round, Jim. to kind of bid for him and becoming the Soren Visai.
Tonight, good shot and call yourself, tough.
Of toughness in boxing, because with the mental discipline, start winging it and start to the crowd, and that's real kind of fighter Andre.
Well, those are the guys that you see last a long time in the sport.
Hard left hand by Soren Visai.
Enough to come up with something dramatic here, because I have Soren Visai on 1, and Harold has him with 7. Good right hand.
But that was set up.
Okay, both your scorecard, Max,
Good
and
right
Harold's
hand.
scorecard are unofficial. As Soren Visai goes back in, seeking to get 15 pounds. If either fighter has the edge, it would probably be Visai, who has been firing sledgehammer, standing in the middle of the ring throughout the fight. Has never stopped trying to counter, try to create opportunities over the pickle in the second half of the fight. Anything could happen. Francisco Estrada.
Work like this, Jim, as the guy in the lead because of his big power. Effective punches. This is a close fight.
Hard right hand by Estrada. Soren Visai feels the need to answer back right away. Gets in a hard right hand and a left. Soren Visai landing there. Estrada firing again with the right hand. Looking for one more big shot. Crowd rising.
Folks, we could see a 12th round knockout here because they are throwing bombs.
A minute and a half to go. Both fighters selling out in the center of the ring. Tremendous action. Crowd on its feet now, cheering for Estrada. Soren Visai seems boggled by the clean shots he's been hit with here, but firing back himself.
I said Estrada would need something dramatic. This is pretty dramatic. Is it dramatic enough?
The only problem with that, Max, is Soren Visai is hanging right there with him.
Well, he's hanging there and he's landing big bombs, but he's the worst for the wear this round.
I agree with that. Like we said in the beginning, neither fighter does a lot of talking in the beginning, before the fight, but when they get in the ring, they lay it all on the line, and both fighters are doing that here tonight.
Who's the best super flyweight in the world? 20 more seconds.
Best round 12 we've seen in a while on HBO's World Championship Boxing as Srisa gets Soren Visai and Juan Francisco Estrada give everything they've got in the closing 3 minutes of this round. Unbelievable.
Estrada did a lot in that 12th, and he won it.
Hindi na nga muling nadaya pa si Soren Visai, matagumpay na naidepensa ang kanyang WBC Super Flyweight title at napanalunan pa ang daring Super Flyweight belt.
To the winner by majority decision, and still WBC Super Flyweight Champion of the World, 3-second Soren Visai.
So yan po ang gusto kong i-share sa inyo ngayong araw sa mga kaibigan at kababayan natin dyan sa Pinas, mga boxing fans at sa mga tulad kong OFW saan man panig sa mundo. Kumusta po kayong lahat dyan? Kung nagustuhan niyo po itong aking video, paki-like at kung pwede, mag-subscribe na din po kayo. At para updated kayo sa aking mga video, pwede nyo i-click ang notification bell. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood.